Bob is the love of my life. He is funny, he's smart, and I never expected to meet someone quite like him. His incontinence was part of our lives. Some of those indignities and having to deal with the issues around incontinence are a daily struggle, an hourly struggle, and it's something the two of you suffer through together. In some ways, it kind of wore him down, but he just soldiered on. If he'd known he could have had a solution to it sooner, he would have taken it at the very earliest moment to never have had to suffer that.
My name is Bob Benty. I am 76 years old, and I live in Pasadena, California. My wife and I, we go to a lot of plays. We love going to movies. We like to travel. We've been to Scotland, England, France, Italy. We both love sports.
A perfect weekend is where we're drinking coffee on the couch with at least 2 newspapers, watching any of a variety of sports.
You know, she's supportive all the time, and that's something you don't always get. After I was told that the type of tumor I had was very aggressive type of prostate cancer, I'm glad I did what I did. But my expectation after the prostatectomy, based upon what the physicians had told me and what the physical therapist had told me, is, oh, we'll get this under control. They never did. And I was incontinent for at least a year. At its worst, I was probably damp constantly. Sometimes there would be so much leakage that I would actually leak through a thick pad. When I would go on a long trip, you know, we would fill up half a suitcase with the thick pads. It really made it difficult to travel.
I felt like I just needed to be there for Bob going through all of this. Bob is just very stoic. So he seemed like he was resigned to, is this my future? Is this what I'm going to be grappling with and dealing with for the rest of my life?
There was just a point in time where I wasn't happy. And the urologist I was seeing at that time at the urology center said, see Dr. LaDoyle. I said, who's he?
Most patients that come see me out of my practice have been leaking for years. And the most common response is, Doc, I've been leaking this entire time, and no one ever told me that something can help me.
I look at it as fortuitous random chance that this one urologic resident said, you need to see Dr. LaDoyle. I didn't feel like I was informed about the possibility of having an AUS. That never came up for almost a year and a half after surgery. I think had that been explained to me early on, I would have been a lot happier.
So I got to know Bob, and I showed Bob exactly how we could make things better for him. And so we discussed treatment options, and we decided on the artificial sphincter. See, the artificial urinary sphincter is a really beautiful piece of engineering. It's designed to control high volume incontinence and is proven.
So the decision to have the surgery for his incontinence was completely made by Bob. And it wasn't an ask, are you okay with this? It was a tell, I'm gonna do this. And he told me a little bit about it. And I said, great. For him to willingly say, I'm gonna undergo this procedure, it was an insight into how disturbed he was by his incontinence and how eager he was for a solution.
Well, I knew it was going to be a lot less invasive than the prostatectomy, so I wasn't concerned about the surgery at all. I really wasn't. Recovery after the surgery from Dr. LaDoyle was very uneventful.
I can't explain it, but I barely remember him even having the procedure. A little bit of pain. I have to wait before it's activated, so still the same situation, even though you have this device implanted. And once it was activated, then life-changing.
All of a sudden, I was dry. I went, this is fantastic. The results were so immediate, and the results were so positive, so fast.
Joy is the first thing that most patients experience when they come back after we've activated the AUS device. The availability and the awareness of incontinence surgeries is improving, but that there's still a lot of work to be done. And our job is to spread the message that there are good treatment options available so that we can at least make an impact on those patients that aren't aware of those things.
Finding the right solution to the problem definitely positively affected our relationship.
Cheers, Sam. With respect to going forward from today, incontinence is not something I even consider. Whatever I want to do, I'm going to do it. In fact, I'm going to be packing shortly to go on another trip.
Bob is incredibly brave, and I'm glad he's still here.